As the main protagonist of a supernatural action series, Cheng Xiaoshi is meant to be a hero. He even thinks so himself. But unlike most heroes, believe it or not, he is usually not really the winner in his fights. And I believe that's because his specialty is actually more on protecting, including himself. However, he considers himself as the least priority. Cheng Xiaoshi is officially considered as the best fighter among the main trio. However, he often loses in his fights, particularly his solo fights, like the time when Tianjin had easily blocked his punch, and when Li Tianzhen as Liu Min had pinned him down. And of course, Vayne is too overpowered for him. Wait, I suppose Cheng Xiaoshi won in one battle. But I'm not counting it since it's more of a tag team with Xiaoling, so it's still not a solo fight. But if he is such a loser, not only in video games but even in real life, then how come he's still the best fighter? Well, I think it's because his field of expertise lies elsewhere. I've noticed that Cheng Xiaoshi is better at things like blocking, assisting, dodging, disarming, rescuing, escaping, shielding, and sacrificing. Put the first letter of each word together and we can form Badres. Or maybe Brades. Oh no, I'm having too much fun on this. Anyway, these skills actually have something in common. They are all related to defense, not offense. Maybe he's also like that in basketball. And I think this explains why he is usually victorious if his goal is to defend himself or someone else, not when his goal is to injure anyone, for whatever reason. And that is because, of course, his talent had always been more for protection, not to defeat or even attack anyone. So he can win when defending himself. He can win when preventing someone from getting hurt. He can win if his final move is to escape. And if on a fight against someone like Vayne, he has low chances of ever beating him. But notice that he had successfully disarmed Vayne. And he was also successful in shielding Lu Guang. Anyway, although fighting is meant to hurt people, it could also be used for protection, right? And Cheng Xiaoshi is more of the protective kind of fighter. And that's because he is destined to protect. Like other kind-hearted and empathetic protagonists, Cheng Xiaoshi has a savior complex. Actually, he literally has the traits of a savior. Well, he has the talent and abilities of a martial arts prodigy. He has the mind and the skills of a genius detective. He has the confidence and charisma of an influential leader. And of course, he is blessed with the godly ability that can alter one's fate. He seems so perfect that he's like a hero who is chosen to save the world. And like other righteous heroes, Cheng Xiaoshi would want to save as many people as possible. He would also be the type who will choose the option wherein everyone will be saved, including his enemies. And if ever he has to sacrifice someone to save the world, he will not hesitate to sacrifice himself. After all, Cheng Xiaoshi is the type who would prioritize everyone else's safety over himself. Oh, I really love and hate that about him. Cheng Xiaoshi is like the classic heroic protagonist. He is willing to risk his life in order to keep others safe, no matter how dangerous it is and no matter who they are. But unlike the stereotypical hero, he knows that he cannot save everybody. Actually, even if he can, he still has priorities. Remember this scene when Lu Guang introduced to Cheng Xiaoshi the idea of having an ability to go back in time? Well, the first heroic act that came to Cheng Xiaoshi's mind is that if Lu Guang and Xiao Ling get into trouble, he will rescue them like a hero. Notice that he didn't mention about people in general being in danger, right? He was very specific about these two. So, unlike the ideal hero who will have no bias, unlike the stereotypical hero who will only have the love interest as his top priority, Cheng Xiaoshi is more of the hero who will consider his loved ones as his priorities. He will be a hero to them first, before the world. Moreover, it should be important to note that Cheng Xiaoshi's priority is not just Lu Guang. It is both Lu Guang and Xiao Ling. These besties may be soulmates who can't live without each other, but our Cheng Xiaoshi actually treasures both of them. They both matter to him a lot. They come as a set. When Cheng Xiaoshi successfully escaped from Li Tianzhen in season 2, he kept trying to look for the other two and ask Captain Xiao where both of them are. He doesn't care about the compliment Captain Xiao told him, which is something Cheng Xiaoshi seldom hears and would highly appreciate, because he was more concerned about the safety of his loved ones. Both of his loved ones. Well, if these two get in trouble at the same time, it's possible that he will pay attention to only one of them. But it will usually be because he's just focusing on the one who is in greater danger. And coincidentally, Lu Guang is the one who is often in grave danger. But for certain, Cheng Xiaoshi would have done the same for his sister. Like on this scene wherein he was worried sick, running to her while limping when Xiaoling fainted. So he really will do the same for both of them. Which reminds me, he didn't only shield Lu Guang from a gunshot, but he did the same for Xiaoling as well. Oh my god, he really will die for them. Anyway, even though Cheng Xiaoshi will choose the world over himself, actually, he would still choose his loved ones over the world. There had been moments wherein Cheng Xiaoshi had been planning to change the past when he dived into another person's photo, right? After all, he can't just do nothing. He will do what he can to help even strangers. But actually, no matter how strong his desire to save others is, there's something that would quickly stop him from doing so. And that is, if saving others would put Lu Guang or Xiaoling in danger. Okay, I know in season 2 he was able to resist the temptation of diving into the past when he thought Lu Guang had died, but on a later episode, he still can't help but try to change the past anyway, and as he said so himself, he did it for Lu Guang's sake. Forget the consequences that may happen if he changes the past. He couldn't even stand having Lu Guang get kidnapped. I think that also explains why he could leave Vivian behind on this scene on the Britain arc. With Cheng Xiaoshi's personality, we know that he would have wanted to save her too. After all, he was still being a gentleman to her, even after confirming that she was a scammer. He would most likely even try to make her escape with him if Vivian's plan had pushed through. However, since Lu Guang got involved, at that time, taking Lu Guang to safety was his top priority. Maybe he just assumed that Vivian can handle the situation. But that would mean he trusted Vivian that she can take care of herself, but with Lu Guang, he can't? Right. I suppose Cheng Xiaoshi has something like a trust issue when it comes to the people he cares about the most. Like with Xiaoling, he should know that she could protect herself since she even trained on martial arts with him. But despite that, at the beginning of season 2, he was keeping Xiaoling in the dark because, as what Xiaoling had said, he was trying to protect her. But I think there's really no denying that he has the tendency to become overprotective. Cheng Xiaoshi's overprotectiveness is not exactly subtle. Well, he was even confronted about it by Xiao Ling in season 2, although he later finally started to let her stay by his side even on dangerous situations. I'm afraid that he might go back to his overprotective tendencies if something like this happens again. It's being hinted that something worse might happen in season 3. Oh no. By the way, there's this popular joke among many linkclick fans about Cheng Xiaoshi having this interest of tying up Lu Guang to the bed. The first one was in season 2, wherein he suggested that Lu Guang should handcuff himself to the bed in case he gets possessed. The next one was in the Britain arc, wherein he sort of threatened about tying Lu Guang to the bed if the patient still insisted on going outside. Oh my god, if there will be another tying on the bed joke in season 3, that will drive me crazy. Those maybe hilarious things that Cheng Xiaoshi blurted out during the moment, he was actually serious about it. He is willing to go that far to keep the stubborn Lu Guang safe. Unfortunately, the kitty is so delicate and prone to accidents. So Cheng Xiaoshi can't help but worry. He cannot leave Lu Guang alone. Or is Cheng Xiaoshi really just being overprotective? What do you think? Well, whatever you think, I would still yap about how much Cheng Xiaoshi cares about his loved ones anyway. But if you enjoyed the video somehow, I would appreciate it if you click the like button. Seeing the number of likes increase is really motivating, you know. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again. Take care!